Okay, toolbox tour day for the garage at home. I do have two Master Force toolboxes. There's a big old Performax toolbox, and then on top of that, you can kind of see I have the lid open, and there's a couple of really old Snap-on toolboxes on that. And this one has a Snap-on toolbox on top. No idea what the bottom one is. And then that one is an old Craftsman, the old top one. I painted all these. This is handmade. These are handmade toolboxes. They're really old from Grandpa Joe. And these are a couple. I'll just show you what's in here right now because we're right here. We got battery chargers. That's an old Mac. That's a newer Topdon TB8000. So those are nice. But you just set them and they charge. It's smart charging. That one, what did I skip? It's a little tiny thing. It's an old motorcycle charger. 6 volts. Oh, it does 12 volts too. And that's a air compressor. A couple other chargers there. I like that one actually because it's smart charging too. So we'll start with these two boxes. I got this one here, has my sockets in it. Lots of sockets. Most of them are cheapos. Start with this one. We got Craftsman Torx all the way to 60. They do go up higher than that. I have a 70 at work. That's a made in USA. Some of the Craftsmen are not made in USA anymore. Well, all of them now aren't. These are just regular 1/2-inch drive. Cheapo, that's a Craftsman. But these are all kind of, some of them are 12 point. That's a Husky 1-inch. So that's bigger than 1 inch. That goes up pretty high. These are Impact 1/2-inch. Well, that one happens to be a Snap-on 15 mil. I don't think they're all Snap-on. That one's Master Force. Kind of all, try to keep them all in the right size organization. We do have the swivels. Now these ones are Matco. The ones with the numbers on them. These are Harbor Freight, Pittsburgh. You can see that one says Pittsburgh. But these are the older ones. Older ones that have this little band. There's an O-ring that goes over them. So that, if the O-ring breaks, then you lose that sleeve and then it looks like this and then it can come apart. I need to warranty that one. And I probably should just replace them all with nice Matco ones because I do like those better. Here's one. That's how you hold it together if that O-ring breaks and you lose the sleeve, because that pin can come out, then you have nothing. But that, I do not recommend using it in that condition. That's why I bought the other one. That one I should throw away or warranty. 3/8 impacts with some other chromes. Lots of 3/8 impacts. These are all 3/8 impacts. Mostly just cheap Taiwan. There's the set. Standards. I got tons of standards and metric. They're all standards and metric. This is metric. And looks like a mixture of Craftsman and Taiwan. 10 to 19. These ones are buku. There's a 1/2 inch. What the hell size is that? Well, this one says 1 3/16. That one I don't know what that is. Probably a 1 1/4. If I'm going up, which that's a big socket for what I use at this house. More 1/2 inch. Got cases of stuff. Yeah, so those go back way back that far. That's down to like 3/16 or 10 millimeter. Not 3/16, of course. That's really small. These are impacts, and most of those are Harbor Freight metrics. This is the set that came in this case, metric. And then this case is a standard. I do have, I hardly ever use standard. Looks like it's, I can't even see anything on that one. What the hell? It's so small. I think it's a 1 inch, yep. Down to 7/16. Pittsburgh. Way old. Oh, back here I do have a lot of 4-wheel drive stuff. Old stuff. That's an old spark plug socket. Ford rear end 3/4 inch sockets. A lot of those are, so I got 36 millimeter. Which one's that? What the hell? That's a 1 inch socket. It's a 1 1/4. Couple other sockets over there. These are old 1 5/16. Big freaking sockets. I don't use that stuff here unless it's like a specialty something. Yeah. So this is a nice lug nut remover. I had to use that on my blue van. Had some bad lug nuts and I changed them out. So I want to be able to use my lug nuts when if I need to change anything. This is an old, really old set. Craftsman, of course. Made in USA. Oh, I lied. I must have switched this ratchet out with a non-made USA, but this set is really old. I think this socket is a newer edition, and it's not made in, wait, it does say made in USA. 5 1/2. It doesn't come with a 5 1/2, so it's 5 to 13. It's a really nice set to have. Of course, I got these cheapo sets. I got those from my grandpa in his toolbox. This set too. I think I bought this set from Harbor Freight. This one I like because it just has every socket. Except for that socket. It doesn't have that socket. But these go so down so little. Like that one says 5/16. That one says 9/32. Quarter. 3/16. I mean, it's just every little socket you'd ever want with a little ratchet. It's good to have in your truck or car. Same with that one. This one. This one has little sockets in it. Get that foam out of the way. It doesn't have a ratchet, but it's got a ratcheting screwdriver. So it'll all work with that screwdriver. Pretty nice. This is obviously an old Snap-on dealie. Let me open it in just a second. There we are. This is an entire not metric, standard set. It's really old. Comes with a tiny little ratchet. Snap-on. Everything's Snap-on except for this and these two extensions. This swivel is. Oh, and this adapter is not a Snap-on. I was trying to sell it. This is pretty cool with little kind of 1/4 inch breaker bar. You can use as a nut driver. And then this came in the set, but it's a butterfly socket. Never used that. Pretty cool. I've got some Harbor Freight stuff. These adapters, Harbor Freight. These are the Icon ones. Then I got, I forgot where I bought these. These are 10mm die hard. 10mm, they're all 10s. Pretty nice. I do have a O2 sensor socket in here. This thing's lasted forever. It's a Husky 1/2 inch swivel. That was my first one. I replaced it with a Snap-on. It's a flip socket, really old flip socket, 2119. I got some long things in here. There's long pry bar. This one's not as long of a pry bar. This is a pretty long. It's a 2-foot bar. Snap-on ratcheting. And yeah, I do have some of these break in your car things. Oh, that's a infrared. I just used that today. Temperature reading 65 degrees, very nice in here. I bought that a long time ago. Oh my goodness. Comes with a nice case. Master Cool. What else I got in here? That's pretty much it. That's a pretty cool adjustable wrench. I bought it at a garage sale. It's like a pocket tool adjustable wrench. And it comes with bits. Let's get those bits out. And those bits fit in one of those things. Which is pretty nice. So that's not all of my sockets. There's more. Where are the rest of my sockets? I have sockets over here. These are kind of old. They come with this bar. And you stick that in there. This is an adapter I have stuffed in that socket. But these sockets come like that. Come in a nice tray. And there's a whole bunch of little doodads. And then this is like the ratchet for it. That's what this adapter's for. Oh, this one. Or I don't know if that's it. Anyway, bunch of little things like that. There's another one. Kind of keep it all on the arm. You put the one you want out here. That's all standard, of course. It's really old. Similar item. And that's about all that's in that drawer. I don't think I have There's more sockets right here. Craftsman. It's a mixture. I think I went through and tried to organize these. Another ratcheting handle. Another. That looks really clean. Sears. That's really old. This one. That's a Tiger. That looks older. These are nice. I don't know about those. Got some hose kit things in case you ever need to fix a hose. Oh yeah, and then these aren't sockets, but this is kind of in a tire repair drawer. Tube repair kit. There's for bike tires. Sealer. I've got a big can of that sealer stuff. Here's some bike tools. Rope plugs. We want to see what's in here. This is a really old case. Looks like some kind of puller. I'm not sure what's in that. Tiny little set screws. Goes to something. I do have more sockets. Where are my other sockets? I think I have sockets in this drawer. This one. That's got deep and shallow Craftsman. This is a really old Craftsman. Guarantee it says USA. That's really nice shape. T-handle, long extension. That's a pretty good set. What are these sockets? They're all standards. That's because it's really old. Got a bunch of speed handle wrenches. Looks like 2 halves and 2 3/8. And then this one I got from my grandpa. Just a 1/2 inch 12-point set. I remember borrowing this way back when I was like 16 years old. I had to take a crankshaft bolt off my old Camaro. Borrowed it from my grandpa and now it's mine. Oh, looks like it has a broken swivel. Still works. Got it. Let's see. Put those back. This thing, that's just for the valve seat, or for stems. Valve guide. You got this thing you can put a drill on. The drill goes fast and that goes slow. And this has been replaced because it doesn't fit there anymore. So, can resurface the valves. I do have in this little kit right here. It's hidden in this box. It's a quick way valve resurfacer, and then that is the rest of it for the valve guides. Back to this. We'll do ratchets next. Do have a plethora of ratchets. This one, that's a Quinn. Hasn't got a lot of use yet. It's thin head, low profile. This one has, that's the famous G2. It's supposed to be just as good as a Snap-on. Locking head, handle. I do have a Snap-on 3/8 flex head. That one's a little tiny 1/4 inch snap-on. Do have another one a little longer with a flex head. I like this one. This thing, if you see that, might as well pick it up at Harbor Freight because it's pretty cool. Thin head, 1/4 inch and 3/8. I don't know. Pretty cool. Got some old, really old stuff. This is my first 1/2 inch wrench ratcheting ratchet I bought. Made in USA. Really nice shape, really, actually, because didn't get a lot of use. Here's another. This is just a breaker bar. Craftsman. That's all USA. I don't get rid of my old tools. I keep them. That one's a 3/8 flex head ratcheting ratchet. Made in USA. Long time ago I bought. Oh, this is a funny Stanley. I got that from my grandpa. I actually have 2 of those. And then I do have at work I have one that does that. It's a snap-on. Another breaker bar. That's just a short handle 1/2 inch drive. It's also made in USA. I like made in USA. This is locking. I love locking extensions. If all of them could be locking, that would be great. Matco. That's perfect for spark plugs. You have long extensions for spark plugs and stuff. If you have to go through the wheel well. These are finger ratchets. Pretty cheap at Harbor Freight. Very nice, actually. Some tire gauges. We can move to wrench. Here's the wrench drawer. One of many ratcheting wrenches. This is the first set I've ever bought that are ratcheting. And these are Blackhawk. Can't hardly tell, it's so old. That's the 19. This one's been replaced. It had to be warranted. So it looks a little different. But these are short. The other ones I got at work are like this. Matco. But I just bought the 10. You can get, if you lose them, DeWalt makes the same size. So the 13 is a DeWalt. And then, let's see, I got, this is a regular size 13. That's a gear wrench. It's a little longer. But that's terrible. I don't like that. Grab this one. Blackhawk is pretty nice, actually. But I like the Matco too. Some Husky thin wrenches. Got a bunch of this regular. This one's a snap-on. You can tell that one's a snap-on. Some of these are mixed. That's a Mac. Just got some flare wrenches, and then some crow's feet flare wrenches. Some of these are not. Like most of them are crow's feet. Like this one is not, but there's a couple of snap-on ones in there. Got some brake bleeder wrenches. Gotta have those. I do have a whole tool drawer for brake tools. Let's see if I can find it real quick. It's over here. Oh, how about that? I did. This one is for setting your master cylinder. That's for adjusting your shoes. A bunch of those. Shoe springs. That's for taking off dust cap on the tapered bearing hubs. For setting your shoe depth or width against your drum. Got 3 of those. Pushing back the pistons. I've got a bigger one that's in a different drawer. Cutting the brake tubing, brake spring. What's that? More brake tubing stuff. Fun stuff in there. There's a tubing bender. Little cylinder hone. Don't use that anymore. That was just a rabbit trail. Oh yeah, I got this nice Blue Point adjustable wrench. Really good. Let's see what our next drawer has. We do have screwdrivers in this drawer. I do like this. I've got one of these at work exactly like it. And this got thrown away by another tech, that tray. So I was like, I can use that at home. Took it home. It holds my extra snap-on screwdrivers. This one's obviously a cotter pin. And these are not, these are Pittsburghs, but look how they like to imitate snap-on. Look how close they look. Those are not snap-ons, but they fit right there too. I do like this pry bar. It's really nice having a small pry bar you can whack on it. And these are nice little pry bars that go in your pocket. Little screwdrivers that are different offsets. Bunch of screwdrivers in here. This is an old snap-on rivet popper. And we do have Torx way back here. Torx. And I like, that's an old chainsaw file. I don't use that much anymore. That's a Craftsman screwdriver. Husky ratcheting. Got some Husky tools in here. Nothing wrong with Huskies. This one's really nice. Look how little that is. It's pretty cool. Let's see what the next drawer has for us. I do have, just got these organizers from Amazon. And I like that they have this bar crossed. That's really good for the ones that spring. You keep them down so you can close the drawer. Lots of old Craftsman stuff. Old Pittsburgh hose pliers. This is the Icon hose pliers. Little steel cutter. This is got that at Harbor Freight. I thought that was neat having a angled handle. I don't know. Might use it someday. Keep it flat. This one, gotta have a hose clamp plier. This one's a Matco. I bought it and I didn't like it, so I brought it home. I was trying to find one that I liked. I liked the snap-on one better. These are wonderful. Matco. See, that one still says Matco on it. Very first filter pliers I ever bought, way back in '99. Got another set at home, or at work. My home away from home. But those you can't go without for doing oil changes. These are snap-on hose clamp pliers. They're for the smaller ones. They still make They make them for the bigger ones now. I don't know if they make the small ones anymore, but I got those at work. These are nice. Little adjustable. They wait until they got pressure and then they grip. I got a bigger set of those over on the wall. I got so many tools all over the place. Just a whole bunch of pliers. I don't know if there's anything else to really note in here. And I'll think, oh man, later I should have said this. This thing. This thing is a pliers with a thing on it. Scissors. I like how it's more organized with those things though. Got an air tool drawer. Roll 1/4 inch ratchet. This is a Mac. Of course it uses DeWalt batteries. That's really old. I think it's been time to change that out. This thing I like. This is the, I don't know, doesn't say what it is, but it's the wonderful high torque 1/2 inch drive, small body. I replaced my 1/2 inch drive here with that. Because if I can't get it with that, I'll just use a breaker bar or a big handle ratchet. That's the Ingersoll Rand 3/8. And I saw that against the Snap-on. The Snap-on didn't do as good, which I have that one at work. So I was like, I bought both to compare. And I do love this thing. That's really good. It's supposed to have a light. The light doesn't work anymore, but it still works. These air impacts. I've got some air impacts. This thing's the Chief. I bought that to use one time. In fact, I used it at work I was getting my Snap-on one sent in and I had to bring it to work. So I used it there a little bit. These are nice. I got 2 of those. They're buddies. Got some other little air hammers. Cut off. Harbor Freight cut off wheels. Got some listening devices. Gotta have those. Drills. Be careful with that stuff. Let's go underneath here. Last bottom drawer. Got some wire brush stuff. Drill stuff. That's an angle adapter. Angle adapter. That's a sander, pneumatic sander. This is all one piece, but it's a big old long wire brush. It might be good for like a chimney, clean out a chimney. Do have a wood burning stove here. You hook that onto a drill. This is a big old cutoff wheel polisher kind of thing. I do have a welder, and this is like for aluminum. Another big drill. There's a big drill there, and a big drill there. Gotta have a big drawer for the big drill. Back to this side. Well, I don't think I hit this drawer yet. This is my kind of scraper drawer. Do have the new Quinn scraper. One thing I like about this is it's not sharp. It's got like a dull blade. You got some that are sharp, some that are not. Comes with the plastic, which are right here. Keep them stored. Looks like I got a little screwdriver thingy in here. Battery terminal stuff. Chisels. Gotta have big chisels sometimes on them big Dodge trucks. pulling the wheel bearings. That is a punch kit for little roll pins. This is really old. This thing is still old from Harbor Freight. It's been hammered on. You're not supposed to hammer on it. I use that for taking wheel weights off, the stick-on ones. This is just a pin punch, spring-loaded. Oh, don't ask me what that is. I don't know. Just some random tools. Punches, chisels, scrape the drawer. Okay, organize it all there. This one's missing a few tools, but it's my vice grips. They like to walk away and go into cars, so I can use them when I'm out. This is a seal puller. I don't think it's ever pulled a seal because I had to warranty it, because this thing fell out. It lost the ball spring. They gave me a brand new one, so that's wonderful. And I got a different one at work with the handle, nice handle, Matco. Just random tools in here, nothing really special. Not sure if I've ever used this thing, but it's cool. It's a tool, and I have it in my toolbox, you know. Bits drawer. Got blades. Got razor blades, sawzall blades, drill bits. Got a bunch of sawzall blades. There's a pack. I like the Diablos. Those are good, especially this kind. Carbide teeth. Very good to have. This is Irwin. Let's see. It's for drilling holes in wood, which I do quite a bit actually here. So those are nice to have. Oh, I should not get out my other drill bit drawer. Maybe I should. Okay, my drill bit drawer. Let's see if I find the right one. Yeah, this is it. I don't have these drawers labeled anymore. That's for drilling glass. Rivets. Gotta have rivets. Left-handed drill bit set from Mac. A whole bunch of concrete drill bits. Wood drill bits. Ouch, that got me. Whole bunch of concrete drill bits here. Drill Master. Whole bunch more of those wood drill bits. Rivets. See, I won't pull all these out, but I do want to get. Let's see what a big drill bit looks like. That's a big drill bit. There's some other big drill bits here. I don't know what's in this big drill bits case. More big drill bits. Well, that's great. So I don't have, I'm not low on big drill bits. I definitely have a lot. I like them. Go big or go home, right? Trying to keep them organized is the thing. Lots of drill bits. Masonry drill bit says, ouch, I kind of hurt my finger. Got a splinter. There's a tool in here. Looks like a rivet gun. From Wade Smith. You lost your rivet gun. I have it now. That's a tiny rivet gun. I've got a bunch of them. Must be for those. Dropped a nail. That's just a nail. I don't know why that's in there. So that was kind of a rabbit trail. Oh, my big drill bit's too big. I reorganized that whole thing and now I'm screwed. Nope. We'll pause it. Alright, what goes good with drill bits? We got taps. Tap drawer, box, kind of helicoil stuff. Lots of helicoil stuff there. Taps. I need to turn the light on. Got some tap holders. These are special taps that kind of don't go too hard. You can use an impact. Taps. Got little cases of dies. Very nice to have those. Taps and dies go together. That. Extractors. Good to have extractors. Big freaking taps. Well, that one's kind of together. I'll show you that. Big freaking tap. Tap holder. More stuff like that in there. Specialty sizes. All kinds of goodies. But tons of different sizes in there. This one, it's a little box of just random stuff. I've got the big set at work, but this is good to have here. If I ever need to do anything in this garage at home, I have a few things I can do. So, what drawer was I on? I forgot. Probably this one. This one here. It's my kind of oil filter tool drawer. I do have, that's a ring compressor. Another ring compressor. I don't really rebuild engines here. I got a bunch of that stuff. Toyota tool for oil filters. This is too big for my brake tool drawer, so I put it down here. These are really old Blue Point. That's nice for oil filters to have that leverage on it. And these kind are pretty good. I've got this one, that's a KD 3003. You turn it and it kind of adjusts just a little bit, not a lot. That's a tiny piston ring squeezer. I don't even like those. This thing, it's also for filters. Those are pretty good. And more of these. That's a Blue Point. Don't ask me what that one's used for. You just have to try them out. Some of these strap wrenches. This chisel had to go in down here because it's got a big handle on it. But it's nice if you're going to chisel something big, protect your hand. Nothing else really to be excited about in here. We can be excited that the drawer closed. Alright. Do have this set up over here. This toolbox is a little smaller. The drawers don't come out as far. Kind of the top of it sticks out like 6 inches. So, but that's good. I like to have a big desk up here. I can still reach this stuff. That's a serpentine belt tool. I like that one. It's a Matco, but you know, it's made by Gear Wrench. It's a good one. I've got the bigger Matco one at home or at work. Barrel tool. Ever seen Gone in 60 Seconds? They show this tool in that movie. So don't use this anymore. If you have an older car that you lost the keys on, those help. It's good to be your own locksmith if you can, which you can buy locksmith tools being an auto mechanic. These are for those hose connectors like fuel lines and evap lines. You push it over and it squeezes it for you. I have a video on YouTube about that with my other set. There's some random stuff in here. Plastic scraper, that's good. Scraping stuff that you don't want to, if you want to give your kids a scraper, scrape stickers off their windows, they won't hurt themselves. Gotta have some Zippo repairs. Keep your Zippo in good shape. Some random stuff in here. That's an old meter I don't use anymore. This says Master Lock on it. That's to lock your trailer. So this drawer, kind of my electrical drawer. I've got a couple meters in here. This is a little cheapo battery tester. And I've got some crimpers, wire strippers, solder, flux. This thing is really old. I bought that way back and it still works. It's supposed to take the lithium AA batteries and it solders as soon as you touch. It's supposed to be for circuit boards. Oh, this is an old, I replaced that from another soldering iron. I don't know why I kept it. Got some bulb leads. This is kind of load test circuits with. Got a bunch of those around. Some fuses. This is a meter. It's brand new. Never been used. This one's also brand new, never been used. Because you buy it and then you freaking figure out it doesn't have batteries. It takes the little watch batteries or something, you know, tiny little circles. I just haven't used it yet. Magnifying glass, good to have. What else we got in here? A couple torque wrenches, Pittsburghs. I've never used. Those are backups only in case I need them. Extra wire. Battery cutoff switch. This is good to have in case you want one. Splice kit for big gauge. I've got a couple of those somewhere. Where's the other one? Here's some more punch. Why are these in here? I should put those away with my other stuff. Air hammer punches. Antennas. You need a makeshift antenna on the go. Random stuff. This one's tape. Drills. That's my oldest drill. Really old. I do have, this is a really big rivet gun for the big rivets. I won't even get that out. It's just not necessary. You know what those look like. There's another set of, I think that's one of the really first ones I bought, the big set. Comes with all the security bits. Came with a ratchet. I don't have that. All these are pretty much missing. Really picked over, but I have a couple of those sets. They're pretty cheap. That's an air horn pump. I used to have an air horn on my truck. Comes with a relay. I might switch that relay over to something. Got some still usable fuel pumps in case you need to transfer stuff. Next drawer, have some CB radios. 2 of them. You know, if you got one, you gotta have another one. And then, in case of emergency, you got some ham radios. Chinese ones. This is an old set. More wrenches. It goes up to like 1 inch from 3/8. Pretty nice. Pipe finder. Don't ask me what that is. This is for door handles, popping a little clip out. Southord, these are just little lock picks. Be your own locksmith. This is another lock pick. Be your own locksmith. Save yourself some money. More of that stuff. Here's a big drill for the garden. Drill your hole, and then I might need to leave that out for the wife. She can plant her seeds with the drill bit. Oh, I got some of these big old tools. Iron worker tools. Fun stuff. I do have this drawer. This set of drawers. Obviously, this one says wires. And it has wires in it. This one says wrenches, and it has wrenches. Tons of old wrenches. Made in USA, Craftsman's, all kinds of stuff. There's a whole set. This is my overflow. Random wrenches. Do have more wrenches in this drawer. Now while we're on wrenches, I'll just not that one. Not that one. Which one is it? Oh, this one. More wrenches in here. Got some wooden handles for hammers. Those are really old ratcheting. I can open that up a little bit. These are metric, 22, 19. This is standard. This whole set, that's really old, got from my grandpa. More random wrenches in here. And I do have, it's got the big, huge angle set from Harbor Freight, up to 2 inches angles. It's good to have. I like that hammer and that hammer. They should go in my hammer drawer. I guess this is kind of my hammer drawer too. These drawers go way back, 4 foot. And they're heavy. Back to this set. I already showed you the wrenches. I just have random fittings in here. Wing nuts, washers, big fat washers, snap rings, light bulbs, old light bulbs, fuses, all kinds of fuses, light bulbs. I don't throw things away. If it's old, I'll use it someday, or I keep it. Somebody else can use it someday. This says brake tools, but I moved all those. It is now more light bulbs, headlights mostly. Snap ring pliers. Lots of old type of snap ring pliers. That's a whole set. Random spare parts. Doing transmissions, so you never know you're gonna break those. Alrighty, we got a few more things in here. Looks like vacuum switches. You never know when you're gonna want those. Machine screws. And put those somewhere else. Got a spot for all that stuff over here. It's already open. This is like my screws and stuff hardware drawer. Which it goes way back. Lots of screws, building equipment. Keep that thing shut. More stuff in here. Carburetor tools, it says. Padlocks. I've got the fuel line stuff, AC line stuff. That's for adjusting carburetors. Got some of these specialty carburetor adjusters. And got the Snap-on or Blue Point. Got one of those at work too. That came from Menards. I got that whole set. Never used it yet. That's a bowl float adjuster tool. Random little tools. That's just old light bulbs. I use the LEDs and put the old ones in it. Might use them someday. More hardware. This actually says it's metric bolts. And you can tell the rest of it is all pretty much bolts and nuts. We don't really need to see all that. And the rest of that stuff's just old junk. Do have an old vacuum gauge. That's a nice vacuum gauge. It's on 0. AC tool. Lots of other stuff all over the place. I didn't even go through any of my blow molds. They're all up there. Coolant pressure, fuel pressure. There's more socket sets. I've got a vacuum gauge for motorcycle. It's for vacuum gauges, power probe, torque stuff. That's a Blue Point power steering puller. That's paint spray can. Lots more hardware. That's my 30-gallon air compressor, acetylene torch. It's another just supplemental air tank. That's for just oils, sprays, random stuff. Got spray paints, all that kind of stuff. Gear lube and grease. Let's see if I can shut it. Got that thing for free. More oils and trans fluids. That goes all the way up. Can't forget this side. Here's my Matco creeper. I don't need crutches. This is all just a whole bunch of stuff. Hardware stuff. This is all hardware stuff. And then this, I like this magnet. You can put all kinds of tools on it. This is that other set of adjustable pliers. Pocket tool. Cat claw nippers on these. These are just end drawer shelves. Go on your toolbox, but I don't have anywhere to put them. I did buy some new mats for them and painted them. They're nice and restored. You have over here an engine support if you got to pull a tranny or something, and under that it's my torch. Keep it nice and tucked away. And there's a engine stand. Probably never use that while I'm here. Oh, this is an old set Harbor Freight wheel dollies. It's the heavy duty ones. You can't get these anymore. But these are really nice. Oh, my to-go bag. Husky. Whole bunch of tools. And oh, there's that thing. This is pretty nice. If you need a angle. I do have this set of Matco ratchet wrenches in here. The whole set is in here. And these are nice long handle flex heads. A whole bunch of random stuff. I won't get into all that. To-go bag. Nothing really crazy in there. So do have to organize this garage a little bit. I do have another tool cart here that's loaded, and it has this add-on cart on the side with these little drawers that they go pretty deep. I don't have much in them yet. This thing, and I've got this whole thing. That's all spare parts or fluids, coolant, or other tools. So lots of exciting stuff in here. I didn't go through half of this stuff over here, but more exciting stuff maybe for another day.